Hey, welcome back to my garage. My name's Paul, and tonight I'm going to show you guys a few magnetic tricks and tips. I picked up a 4-pack of magnetic metal hooks for a few bucks, and now I can use them to hang my Dremel stuff right here. So I've got the main Dremel itself, and then this one I wound up pulling the original hook out, and I replaced it with just one of these standard hooks that you see, you know, you hang things from the ceiling with or whatever. The other hook, the original hook, just pulled right out of there, and then I just used hot glue to put this in, bent it up just a little bit so that it'll grab onto my fine work extension from my Dremel, and now it just sits right there, so it's ready to go, out of the way, but whenever I need it I can just reach and grab it. My next magnet hack is actually right above my head. I've got this awesome hose reel that recoils my air hose, and so, but the problem was that with this stop built in here, this thing would kind of hang down right at my face level, so I'd have to either avoid it, or whenever I was looking down at something I'd bump into it. Now you can adjust this stop and put it down here, but personally when I'm working with something I don't want to have it right there, right where I'm working, and so I left it up there. But what I wound up doing was I put a magnet right up here, and it sticks to a part of the lever right here that releases the valve, and it just sticks right there. So then it's out of my way, but I can easily grab it and pull it down and use it. And then when I'm done, all I gotta do is, I don't even have to look, I can just put it up in that general area. I've got a pretty strong magnet up there that will grab it from if I'm within about 2 or 3 inches, it's fine. Here's another really common tip. I certainly didn't come up with it, but just stick a magnet on your drill press, and then you can store your chuck there and you won't lose it. So whenever I'm working, I just grab it and I just make a habit of putting it up there. This is an old speaker magnet that I got a long time ago, and it fits perfectly, or it's very strong, and so that's worked for me. It's not super pretty or anything, but it doesn't have to be. The other thing that I keep up here is the screwdrivers that I found work best for when I'm working on these belts on the inside to change the gear ratio. I have a bunch of screwdrivers, a bunch of extras that I picked up over the years, so I can afford to leave these two just sitting on there, and I know that these are the two that work best for me, so that next time I have to change the gear ratio, I don't have to go looking and try to remember which one worked best. Here's another little magnet tip that helped me out a lot. Right over here is where I keep my hand drills, and my hole saws and such are in this cabinet, and then also my hardware, the screws and all that kind of stuff. So what I did was I took a magnet, this is a metal cabinet right there, and I just kept the most common drill bits that I use. So there's 2 for the 2 different sizes of hole, pilot holes that I would need for the screws that I most commonly use, and then I've got the 2-sided bit that goes into the drill for, you know, driving Phillips head or flat blade. And then also some screws that I buy use the star drive, and so they'll almost always come with one of these. You can kind of see that that's a little bit of a different pattern. It's not a Phillips head, and so rather than digging this out every time and going through my whole set and finding out which one it is, I just stick it to this magnet. So pretty much every magnet or every bit that I need, 95% of the time, is right over here next to my batteries and my drills, so that I don't have to go sizing things up all the time. And believe it or not, that's probably one of the most time-saving tips that I've ever discovered. Another convenient magnetic gadget is one of these magnetic trays. These are usually free with a coupon from Harbor Freight, so you just buy something for $1 and get one of these for free. But this whole thing is magnetic, or at least in the bottom, so it'll hold your hardware there. So let's say you're unscrewing a bunch of stuff. I salvage a lot of things from the side of the road and I need to pull the hardware out of it. So I can just lay this down and start just tossing my hardware into it, and I know it won't go anywhere. The other nice thing about these is that you can just stick them on anywhere to keep them out of the way for storage. And you can even keep a couple of screws there if you needed to. That about does it for this set of tips and tricks that are specifically geared towards magnets. I hope they were helpful for you. If you have any other tips that might help me or someone else, leave them in the comments below. Thanks for watching, guys.